How did someone think they were completely immune to consequences? I'm a courthouse security guard, and last Tuesday, this guy in a $3,000 suit storms past metal detectors setting off every alarm. When I try stopping him, he shoves me aside hard enough that I stumble backward into the wall. I'm late for my hearing. Touch me again and you're fired. Do you know who I am? Turns out he's Marcus Wellington, tech CEO whose company DataVault got sued for stealing employee pensions. The guy's been all over the news for months, but apparently thinks rules don't apply to billionaires. He barges into courtroom 3 where his case is being heard, designer shoes clicking loudly on marble floors, but he's so entitled and distracted by his platinum iPhone that he doesn't realize something major has changed since his last appearance. The judge stops mid-sentence and stares at him over her glasses. Mr. Wellington, you're 40 minutes late to your own criminal trial. Traffic was absolutely terrible, Your Honor. My driver took some ridiculous detour. Anyway, let's get this pathetic joke over with. How much do I need to pay these losers to make this frivolous lawsuit disappear? The entire courtroom goes dead silent. You could hear a pin drop. His own defense attorney, some fancy lawyer in an Armani suit, is frantically making shut up gestures and sliding urgent papers toward him, but Marcus waves him off without even glancing down. Honestly, if these people were actually smart enough to read their employment contracts properly, they wouldn't be working minimum wage jobs for me in the first place. This is basic business literacy. A middle-aged woman in the gallery, clearly one of his former employees, starts crying quietly. Marcus notices her tears and actually laughs out loud. Oh, come on, Karen. You worked at DataVault for 3 years. You absolutely had to know what you were signing when you handed over your pension contributions. He pulls out his latest iPhone Pro and starts casually scrolling through emails during emotional victim testimony. When the judge sternly asks him to put the device away, he doesn't even bother looking up. I'm worth $200 million and personally run a Fortune 500 technology company. I don't follow petty orders from government employees making $60K annually. The federal prosecutor's jaw literally drops open. The defense attorney puts his head in his hands and starts shuffling papers desperately. But Marcus is on a complete roll now, feeling invincible. Besides, these people should honestly be thanking me for this experience. I taught them an incredibly valuable lesson about reading fine print carefully. That education is worth more than their little pension fund ever was. He gestures dismissively at the crying employees in the gallery, like they're beneath his notice. That's when I notice something Marcus clearly missed during his dramatic entrance. There's a complete jury present in the jury box. 12 ordinary citizens staring at him with absolute disgust and horror. See, his case went from a simple civil lawsuit to serious criminal fraud charges last week when FBI investigators found concrete evidence he'd been systematically stealing from employee retirement funds for over 5 years. But Marcus never bothered showing up to the crucial hearing where they announced the major upgrade, so he has absolutely no idea he's now facing federal prison time instead of just paying fines. The lead federal prosecutor slowly stands up with the biggest smile spreading across her face. Your Honor, the defendant just openly confessed to intentional criminal theft and conspiracy to commit fraud in front of 12 sworn jurors. Marcus finally looks around the formal courtroom and sees the jury box for the first time. His arrogant face goes completely white as he realizes these aren't just random court observers. They're going to decide whether he spends the next decade in federal prison. Wait, this isn't just a civil hearing anymore? Where did all these people come from? His expensive attorney frantically whispers something urgent in his ear, and Marcus's knees actually buckle. He grabs the mahogany table for support, his $500 tie suddenly feeling like a noose. Your Honor, I think I need to seriously reconsider my previous statements, but it's way too late now. The damage is completely done, and everyone in that courtroom heard every arrogant word. The judge leans forward with the biggest grin I've ever seen on a federal judge's face. Mr. Wellington, you just talked yourself into 8 years in federal prison. The prosecution doesn't even need to present evidence anymore. The jury deliberated for exactly 6 minutes. Guilty on all counts. Marcus got 12 years instead of 8 because the judge said his courtroom behavior showed exceptional disregard for justice and human dignity. His company stock crashed 90% the next day when the confession video went viral on every social media platform.